Pastor Mike, and thank you for joining us today. Today's devotional thought is entitled, Come In from the Cold. Come In from the Cold. Well, it's the middle of February right here, right now where I'm at in Florida. And you might say we're kind of in the middle or towards near the other part of the middle of winter here for Florida. And winter you pretty much have to put winter in parentheses because really we don't have a real winter as it's known in the northern states. When it gets cold here, it's only for a brief time, and then it doesn't really get that cold. Floridians, frankly, seem to be able to handle a hurricane better than they can handle a cold snap. When it gets to below 50 degrees, the weather ladies on the TV begin to use words like chilly, cold, and bundle up. I guess it gives us a chance to break out those winter coats that hang out in our closet for about 350 days a year. Drop below 40 degrees, it's time to pull out the parkas, people. You know, there are other places that are downright frigid as well. No, I'm not talking about Minnesota or Wisconsin or North Dakota. I'm talking about the human heart. When a heart is as cold as ice, compassion is non-existent. You know, there was even a Christmas movie character that was created to remind us of the power of the heart. That character? That's right, the Grinch. He was careless about others and only thought of himself, and the whole movie about the Grinch was about how his cold heart just couldn't take anybody else's heart being warm. He was miserable. And you have to understand, cold people usually are miserable. The human heart can be callous and it can be cold. It can be uncaring, thoughtless, frankly, downright rigid. Christ's followers, though, have a new heart. Ezekiel 36:26 talks about this. Christ gave every believer a new heart when he came into their lives. And this new heart is not a heart of stone. It's a heart that lives and thrives off of the person and the presence of the Holy Spirit. We've been given a heart that loves unconditionally, sacrificially, and cares for the things that God cares about. However, let it be said that even a new heart can become cold. And so when that happens, we tend to forget what God has done for us. Specifically, we forget what he's done on the cross. We forget his benefits that we're commanded to remember. Psalms 103 verse 2 tells us, don't forget his benefits. We forget, and then we get cold again. When we let Christ rule and lead our hearts and lives, then we'll be warm with his love, his compassion, his tenderness, and his mercy. His presence will ooze out of us and be evident to all that see it. It can be cold in winter, but don't let your heart turn cold. Let Christ warm your soul with his presence. If you don't know the Christ that I'm talking about, he knows you and he loves you. He desires a relationship with you. He wants to fill your life with himself. This, my friends, will warm your soul because he will give you a new heart. Want to get warm? Lean into Jesus. He's better than the best blanket you'll ever have. Have a good day. God bless.